Is, of course, known for its peaches, but since the late 1800s, our state has led the nation in pecan production.
And this month, pecan farmers are busy making sure this year's crop is ready to use as a holiday treat. And Good Day Atlanta's Paul Milliken is live this morning at the Pearson Farm in Fort Valley. And they say money doesn't grow on trees, but you know what? Might not be the case here. Pecans are expensive.
Well, the tree that I shook, this is what I got. I got one pecan. I don't even know if that's a pecan. I don't know what this thing is. So, yeah, it doesn't grow on my trees. But for everybody else, for that tree shaker, money grows on trees here. Yeah, it's shaking down a lot because right now it is Georgia Pecan season. And I got to show you this. This is pretty cool. This is actually the newsletter from the Georgia Pecan Commission. Look at this. Georgia produces 102 million pounds. This was back in 2012 of pecans. Meanwhile, our next closest competitor is New Mexico with 65 million pounds. So Georgia is far and away the biggest producer in the nation. And we are at one of my favorite places, Pearson Farm, with Al Pearson himself. Sir, it is great to see you this morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
Yeah, so I imagine you love this time of year. It's pecan season.
Yeah, this is when it all happens.
Yeah.
This is a great office to have.
And can I come every day too? I don't want this to be my office. Can we do that?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Except I won't shake any more trees, I promise. I think I may have done something bad to that tree before. So let's talk about the process of getting a pecan from a tree to a jar on somebody's table. And you've got a couple of examples here. What I didn't know was that the pecan off the tree comes in a husk, right?
Yeah, the pecan is made in a green husk.
Yep.
And as it ripens, it opens gradually. And there's the pecan,
Yep.
And then the good stuff is right there.
Yeah.
And so we start that off with shaking the trees as soon as we can to get the nuts on the ground, so we and everything else that eats pecans can go by and pick them up.
Yeah, we love them. Yeah, and make some pecan pie. That's what we all love. Do you ever get sick of pecan pie? Never.
No, I don't ever get sick of that.
I don't think anybody can. Your family's been doing this for a long time. It's what, 5 generations now?
Right, 5th generation. My great-grandfather in the 1880s started farming here.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to show everybody at home my new favorite thing, which is this tree shaker back here. It's kind of a fascinating process. So if we could go ahead and get that started up and tell me what's about to happen as viewers at home watch this. It's actually kind of neat to watch.
Well, he'll approach the tree and get a good grip on it, and then he pulls a lever and it shakes the tree.
Yeah.
And you'll see the limbs rise as the weight of the pecans leaves them, and it's a kind of a neat process.
And let's just say he is well protected in that cab from all of the falling pecans, right?
Yes, he is well protected.
Look at that.
Now, if I paid you some money, could I maybe get our anchors standing right underneath that tree if maybe I wanted to, play a little joke or something like that?
Well, according to what you have to pay the anchor, I don't care who stands up under there.
Okay, well, we might have to make that happen. Isn't that cool, guys? Look at it. It's
really
raining
neat.
pecans right in front of you. It's a really neat thing. And so you usually start doing this, Al, back in October. And how long does pecan season last for you?
We would like to finish the harvest by Christmas, but many years the weather won't let us do that.
Yeah.
So we'll be winding up in January anyway. This year we're about 10 days late.
All right.
On peaches, pecans, everything.
Yeah, it was obviously a very wet year, but still, you've got plenty of pecans this year, right?
Sure.
All right.
It's not one of our best crops, but it's a good crop.
Yeah. Look, Joanne, change your forecast. We have a shower of pecans going on right now behind us. There's really some neat stuff going on. All right, if you want more information about the Pecan Commission, you can get it on our website. And guys, coming up in our next hour, if I'm doing a story about pecans, I got to do some taste testing. So we've got some great gluten-free pecan recipes in our next hour. How about that?
Hey, also check with Mr. Pearson and find out what he says about people that pronounce it pecan.
Oh,
I've heard a lot of people do that as
well.
well.
Al's wife, first thing this morning, I asked Al's wife, and she said if I said it the way you just said it, then I was never allowed back and I couldn't have any pie. So I'm only saying pecan all morning. That's it.
Good for you.
You got it. All right. Thanks a lot, Paul. Pearson Farm is located on Zenith Mill Road in Fort Valley, Georgia. Pecan season runs from now through April. The farm is open weekdays from 9 to 5.
Well, the holiday season, it's pretty much here. And that means time for lots and lots and lots of treats. But this year, why not ditch the candy canes and go for something a little natural, local, and healthier? We're talking about Georgia pecans. Good Day Atlanta's Paul Milliken is live at Pearson's Farm in Fort Valley this morning. And Paul, pecans are big business here in the Peach State.
Huge business. If you saw in our last hour, Karen, we're talking about we more than double our next competitor when it comes to producing pecans in Georgia. So it's huge business. Now, let's talk for a minute. You know, you saw our last hour. We shook the trees. We got the pecans to come down. Now, what do you do with the pecans? Now, my idea of cooking with pecans is that. I mean, that's as far as I can go. Virginia Willis is not pleased with my cooking skills, which is why she's here today.
Yeah.
Virginia, it is fantastic to see you.
Yes, thank you so much. It's great to be here. Look at this kitchen.
I mean, come on, it's beautiful. And you, I gotta say, you're a Southern girl, so you have no excuse not to be able to cook with pecans, right?
I grew up right down the road.
Nice.
I grew up in Macon County.
Yeah.
I love Georgia pecans.
Yeah, and they're so much more versatile than I think a lot of people know. Like I said, for me, they're snacks or they're for pies, and that's it. But that can be much more, right?
People associate pecans with the holidays because it's the season. This is when they're in harvest. But the thing is that you can use pecans year round.
Okay.
People also associate them mostly with desserts. But the thing is that they're really versatile.
Yeah.
I use them in salads. I use them in savory dishes. Anytime that I want to give a crunch. I mean, they're definitely, being a Georgia girl, they're definitely my go-to nut.
All right. Well, speaking of crunch, let's go ahead and get our recipe started. So tell me what you are making right now.
So what we're doing today is I'm going to show you how to make a pecan-crusted turkey cutlet.
Ooh, nice.
Now, we're going to Thanksgiving, so if you didn't want to use turkey, you could also use chicken. You could use salmon. It's a nice cutting. So the first thing I have here is I have a turkey cutlet, and you pound that out just to an even thickness, and so it'll cook quickly.
Okay.
And then here I have some turkey cutlets that I've actually pounded out, and I'm marinating in a buttermilk brine.
Okay, and about how long will you do that for?
About a half an hour.
Okay.
And that's going to make them nice and tender and flavorful. Here I have some egg whites that I've combined with paprika and pepper.
Okay.
So all I do, and this is nice and light and healthy.
Yeah.
The thing is,
It's also, I'll say, it's gluten-free, correct?
it's gluten-free.
Yeah, which I know a lot of people are really into. I know our anchor Karen is into gluten-free as well. So.
Well, the thing that people have a perception that all Southern food is unhealthy, and this is a classic example of using ingredients that are Southern that's going to be healthy.
You've just blown my mind. Wait a minute. Not all Southern food is unhealthy? What?
Watch what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I have a low-fat buttermilk. I have egg whites. I'm taking the turkey cutlet and I'm putting it into a combination of rice cereal with the chopped Georgia pecans.
Okay.
We're just going to crust it on both sides, and so this is going to essentially wind up being like an oven fried chicken.
It's beautiful already. Yeah.
Yes. So here, I've got some oil heating in my skillet.
Okay.
Just a little bit on the bottom.
Yep.
And I'll put the cutlet in, and then what we do is you actually just sear the cutlet on both sides.
Okay.
And then we'll put it on a baking sheet and finish it in the oven.
So again, baking is healthier. Right?
Baking is healthier. It's also going to, the pecans are going to toast nicely. It's going to bring out their delicious flavor. And then they're not fried. So it's healthy. And pecans have more antioxidants than any other tree nut.
Really?
So this dish is good and good for you.
Well, you sold me. All right, we're almost out of time, so let's do it, folks. I mean, you know, this is. I know that you've cooked for a lot of important people, but this is the test, Virginia. This is it right now.
That's it.
Okay, yes.
Crunchy, delicious.
I think you just passed the test. This is it.
Yeah.
And Karen, we have another side dish here too. Go to our website. There are more pecan dish recipes on our website right now. So there you go.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Enjoy.
Yeah, you enjoy, my friend.
Fabulous.
All right. It's now 9:51, and get